That means that recording is in progress already. And as the Dnipro Hills VP of Education, I'm empowered to open this meeting. Dear ladies and gentlemen, and the most welcome guests, dear members of Dnipro Hills, members of other clubs, dear friends and guests, welcome here to our regular online meeting that we are having once a month, each month, online at the same time on Sundays. And I'm happy to announce this meeting open. Before I pass the stage to, of course, huge round of applause, and that's what I would like to tell you about. Before I pass the stage to our today's diligent and well-prepared, probably even over-prepared Toastmaster of the day from our friendly Odesa club, I want to remind you that we here support each other, though. Do not forget about applause. Do not forget about reactions like that, or like that, and so on. Please pay attention to whether you are muted or unmuted. Sometimes we do that by accident. So if you are going to speak up, unmute yourself. If you finished, please do not forget to mute yourself. Then, before I pass the stage to our today's Toastmaster, I would like to tell you that we are having a bit unusual agenda today, a bit unusual timing for today. You will see that a bit later. And I would like to remind to our Toastmaster of the day that after each speaker, I'm going to share the feedback ballot, the form for everyone at the meeting, everyone in the audience, to open that form online and leave a few words of feedback to the speaker. Having said all of that, I'm ready to pass the stage to our today's bright and really well prepared, as far as we already know, Toastmaster of the day, Sergey Radchenko. Sergey Radchenko, huge round of applause.
Thank you, Natalia. Hello, everybody. Today I'm your Toastmaster, and I want to remind you the rules of our meeting, the rules of Toastmasters. We have 3 forbidden topics. We have politics, religion, and sex. And also, remind you what our meeting consists of 4 parts. The first part is when our technical expert have a present his role. The second part is prepared speech. Then we have table topic session part. As Natalia said, we have not unusual table topic session, and then we have our evaluation part. And today I will tell you about Mother's Day. As you know, recently we celebrate this day, and basically all in the world celebrate this day on the second Sunday of the May. But some countries celebrate this day also in the May, but in the different day. And if we look to the calendar, we can see what are the different countries celebrate this day. Also, not in May, not in spring, but in another day. Egypt, Georgia, and Great Britain celebrate this day in March. Serbia in December. Armenia in April. And what about traditional and start of this day? Honoring a woman mother has a long history. Mother's Days come from the ancient Greek cult of the mother, official mistress with rights in honor of Sibyl or Rhea, the great mother of the gods. But it's a history. But I think, and I hope all of you had or have the real life and real mother with own character, with own traditions, and that mother play some roles in your life. And in our meeting also we have some technical experts who also played some roles. And first technical expert is accounter. Before I invite our accounter on the stage, I want to tell you about Ukrainian children. All of Ukrainian children are patriots. Why? Because from birth, Ukrainian mother hear some sounds. Ua, ua, ua. It's like a UA in all of the world. And later, the child and mother create some new words during this life. And I agree, and I know what our technical experts know more sounds and more filler words. And I invite on the stage Tatiana Kiforishina, our accountant. Tatiana, the floor is yours.
Hello, dear audience. Today, I would be very strict. So if you would like to tell in your speech that sounds like and something like that, I would be telling you about that. Please don't afraid to tell it if you don't have other choice, but please don't tell it if you know that you can avoid telling that. So please look, watch, and listen also your speech to avoid such sounds and to make your voice sounds a little better without such nasty, crazy sounds. I pass the floor to our Sergey Radchenko.
Thank you, Tatiana. I hope and I think what we should to create some interesting sounds and filler words, especially for you, because I hope you have hard work or okay. And our next expert is timekeeper. During our life, we have a relationship with our mother, a child with a mother, with some characters, with love, with fear, with any emotions. And I know what our next experts like to feelings, like to emotions, and he show us some technical, some device with some feelings and some emotions. And I invite on the stage Raul de la Vega, our timekeeper today. Raul, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Hello there, fellow Toastmasters and friends. As the timer, I am going to guide our participants by means of colored cards. So for table topics, the timing limit should be 1 to 2 minutes. When we reach 1 minute, I'll show the green card, which means that you've hit the minimum time limit. For 1.5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card, which means you need to wrap up. And when we reach 2 minutes for table topics, I'll show the red card, which means you have 30 seconds before you go over time. For the prepared speeches, which would be 5 to 7 minutes, when our speaker reaches 5 minutes, I'll show the green card, which means you have reached the minimum time limit. 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card, which means you need to wrap up. And when our speaker reaches 7 minutes, I will show the red card, which means that you have 30 seconds before you go over time. For the evaluation portion, for the evaluators of the prepared speakers, when he reaches 2 minutes, I'll show the yellow card. 2.5 minutes, okay. For 2 minutes, I'll show the green card for evaluation. 2.5 minutes, yellow card, and 3 minutes, the red card. I know we're going to have a terrific Mother's Day celebration today. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Raul. And another really important technical expert is grammarian. And about mother, we remember her eyes. We remember her hands very gently, but very strong. And also we remind her soul and her brave heart. And especially we remind her voice, because he came to in our life in different times, in joy when we are joy and when we are sorrow. And words is really important, because it's like our room of memories. And know more about words our grammarian today, and I invite on the stage Alicia Curtis. Alicia, the floor is yours.
I think Alicia has some problems with technical issues, so we will move to another part, I think. Sergey, I will ask her what is going on.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. And now we move to the next part, and that really important part, because it is a part of prepared speech, and we have today two prepared speakers to the different project, to the different topic. And I think it's really important and really interesting for those moments for this moment for us. And about Mother's Day is called the holiday of eternity. This holiday is touching, because most of us, from the first days of our lives until our death, bear the image of an all understanding mother. And before I invite on the stage the first speaker, I want to say about the memories. It's like a day that never comes, because we think and we hope what our mother still young, still mighty, and still brave during this life, and never got old. And I invite on the stage Ruslan Tisovsky, who creates some interesting project in motivational strategy path, level 3, project 2, Days That Never Comes. Ruslan Tisovsky, Days That Never Comes. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Sergey. One moment, I need to check my microphone. Do you hear me well? Sergey, do you hear me well?
Yes,
no.
yes.
No, your microphone is quite bad.
Maybe some louder.
Oh. Moment.
It's much better.
Much better?
It's much better, yes.
It's better now, yes.
Okay, so let's start. I'm ready. Last year, everything is changing. And today, I want to share with you 3 personal stories, my very personal stories from my life, that connected to this changed situation very much. And first story about my grandfather. Memories from my childhood are very strong. My childhood, I was very close with my grandfather. I was the eldest grandson, and he loved me most. My grandfather was not an ordinary man, with a very sharp mind and strong body. Sure, I loved him so much too. We spent many great days together. Who was ready to go fishing with him every time? Sure, it was only me. Who was ready to help him with his motorcycle? Fix it. Sure, it was me. The days were absolutely great. My mind is still there. But you know the situation. I started growing up. I entered to the university, and started postpone our meetings. Oh, grandfather, I will call you back. Oh, yeah. I will come a little bit later. Okay. One day, I've got a call from my mother, and he said, Ruslan, your grandfather is dead. And something crashed inside me that time first. Second story, not so sad, but very interesting, I think, too. Story about my friend Max. When I was studying in the university, I used to visit boxing club. I spent a lot of time there. There were many people boxers, and we did our hard boxing training every day. It happened when I used boxing with one very interesting guy. And we're working in pairs, He was not as good as me, because at the time I was really a good boxer. And month by month, I started to notice that this guy worked very hard. After a few months, he started to get good results. He asked me many questions and tried to be my friend. But I was so busy for that at the time, After a few years, hard training, he got to my level, and I was proud of his results and success. One day, I remember the day very well. We went to the bus stops together, and it was our last meeting. I asked him why he was such a hard-working man. And he told me that in previous years, he was a junkie and got many drugs. For many years, he quit it and started absolutely new life. He worked very hard because there in our boxing club, he felt real life and made new friends. One of the friends was me. Oh, what the not ordinary man, I thought. We agreed to speak more about it next time. I was very surprised, but this very strong man who made his way from junkie to real boxer. But next day, I got a call from our coach. Our club was closed. I didn't know Max's surname. It was the times where we have no any smartphones. So we never met again. And the third story, not so sad, but funny. I think it happened maybe 5 years ago, and my wife realized it and started her way in diving, dive deeper in the diving. And me too. We started our learning. It took us half a year, or even maybe more. And the end of our diving course, we got the opportunity to go to Egypt and pass there our exam and got our diver's certificates. That was absolutely amazing times. There were absolutely great days with team of amazing people and our friends, dive instructors, dive masters, and dive students. The best memories of my life, the best friends. My very close friend, dive master, said me that time, Ruslan, pay attention. The best way forward to join us and our team for dive safari. Just imagine 1 week on the cool deck with the best diving team, with my friends diving in the Red Sea. What happened next? As usual, I just dreamed about and tried to find a way to postpone it. Something like, oh, I have no time this year. Maybe it is a little bit expensive, or maybe next year, maybe, who knows? We'll see. But next year, war happened, and everything changed. You know, through all my life, I saw so many motivational videos, and that's about how to live our life here in this day, in the moment. I never pay any attention to this. For what? Why? I just live, everything is okay. I will do something a little bit later. And I call it this speech by the Metallica band song, Day That Never Comes. I used to listen Metallica band so many years and never pay attention to what Hetfield sings about. And last year I got it. Now it looks like James Hetfield wanted to say something to me by this song. I watched a video last year of the song. If you haven't seen it still, I will share it to you. It is very interesting. And I think it is very connected to the next. For me now, each day started to be very, very important. Every friend is very, very important. And every meeting with people, with my friends, is very, very important. Day that never comes. Thank you very much. Toastmaster?
Thank you, Ruslan. I advise you send Ruslan different applause, and also yes, and also we need 2 minutes to evaluation. Our timekeeper give us a minute to evaluation part for project for speech of Ruslan. And in the chat, you can see the evaluation part, and you can send your words, your evaluation to Ruslan.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, as Nataly, as the evaluator, am I called? I'm looking at the agenda and I cannot see where the evaluator is called upon to evaluate. Am I called?
You are called at the end after the table topics session.
Okay.
So this is feedback ballots. Everyone in the audience who wants, okay,
Yes.
all right, fills it. You might not fill it because you are an evaluator.
Okay.
But
lovely.
it's optional. If you want to, you may fill it as well.
That's lovely. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I think the minute is over, and we can continue our meeting. And it's time to our next speaker. And about Mother Day, we have time when we can't not burn. We have we with Mother one person, and when we can see the world through the mother eyes, and we can travel, and she strokes her belly and asks her, "Do you like to travel, kid?" And I invite on the stage our next speaker, Tatiana Bilous, with the project with a speech from engaging humor, pass level 3, project 3. Do you like to travel, kid? Tatiana Bilous. Tatiana Bilous, do you like to travel? I'm sorry. And invite you on the stage.
Tatiana, we haven't had you. Please check your volume. Try again.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Please, moment. I expect this. It was in my plan, to tell the truth. But in general, I propose you to start. And to continue to ask you, please, when I have some of flashing with internet, please let me know, say me stop, and I change the internet channel. Okay? Guys, do you like to travel? I do. I look for any possibility to travel. For example, this year, in April, being 1 year in Dublin, I realized there is no opera house in Dublin. There is a music hall, but there is no the opera. What I have to do, I decided that in that case, I can find the opera in the other city, other country. My choice was Vienna. Why not? 3 hours in flight, and I'm in an armchair in Vienna Opera's house. Do you think that I am crazy? Yes, I am. But I booked the ticket to flight from the Dublin to Vienna, and my flight was at 6 a.m. It means that I should be in the airport approximately at 3 a.m. But it is not the problem for me at all, I thought. At the night, before my flight, I went to bed at 11 p.m. But at 12 a.m., somebody came. I was wake up because of a noise. I heard that somebody tried to unlock my door, but I wait for nobody. I jumped into the corridor and checked everything, and I checked all my room. Hey, Robert, where you are? I'm here. Finally, I realized that nobody in the flat, and I went to my room, but I locked from inside because the most valuable thing in this house is me. At 1 a.m., I woke up because of a noise. Knock, 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 knock. This noise was not from the door, but from the window. I forgot. My house is very close to the railway. It was the very days and the very night when the railway worker started to repair railway. Knock, 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 till 3 a.m. But okay, it is time to wake up, and I booked a taxi. My taxi driver called me in a couple of minutes and said that he just arrived. I went to the front gate, and I found a black Renault taxi. I jumped inside. Inside, in the car body, there was a strong smell of cigarettes. Thanks for God that it wasn't marijuana, because it is Dublin, guys. The smell of marijuana is anywhere. This driver watched very loudly the coronation ceremony of Charles III. And I said to him, "Hi, good morning. Is this taxi to the airport?" "Yes, it is." "Is this taxi to the Terminal 1? "Yes, it is." "Let's go." In 2 minutes, I received a call at my phone from the taxi driver. I cancelled it and asked this driver from the black car, "Why do you call me?" He answered, "I don't call you." Something is wrong. I asked this driver, "Sorry, is this taxi is to the airport?" "Yes." "Are you going to the Terminal 1? "Yes, we are." "Who booked this taxi?" "Lola." "I am not Lola." I am Tatiana, please return me back. When we came to my house, near the gate, I saw a white taxi. I decided this is my taxi, and I went to it. But by my side vision, I saw a girl who approached to this taxi. But I should be the first. I ran to the taxi and asked the driver, "Is this a taxi to the airport?" "Yes, it is." "Is this a taxi to the Terminal 1? "Yes, it is." "Who booked this taxi?" "Aisha." "Oh my God, I am not Aisha. Where is my taxi? I have a flight." I called back to my taxi driver and he was still there. And successfully, I realized where he is and I got to the airport as soon as possible. In the airport, I realized that I am exhausted. And just when the plane started, I fall asleep. In 20 or 30 minutes, I woke up because a noise. What happened again? Are we going to drop down? No. But why there is a crowd of stewards in the middle of the corridor close to me? One passenger became ill. His face was pale and he didn't react at the touching of a steward. My thought was, "Oh, guys, you should become to the Jesus Christus. You should become to life, because I have the ticket to the Vienna Opera for this evening." Happily for me, he miraculously came to life, and we successfully landed in Vienna. Vienna, I like the city. The city is nice, bright, rich, gorgeous. I walk around to enjoy every moment. But in the evening, I went to the opera house and my heart tried to fly out from my chest. I was so excited. Finally, my dreams became true. Have you ever been in the opera house in Vienna? If you have not been, you lost nothing. You know that the anticipating of the holiday sometimes is better than the holiday itself. The performance was great. It was interesting and fresh. Even it was in German language and I understood nothing. But the building, you know that I expect that it will be like the Louvre and Versailles in one building. But it was dark and gray. And you know that I cannot, to tell the truth, I cannot estimate. It is because of that I have a very active morning and night, or maybe you know this Ukrainian proverb, "Ава Галя pampered," наша Галя балована. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Tatiana. It's really funny international taxi. It's really funny, and we give you 1 minute to create evaluation words for Tatiana in the form in our chat. Okay, we can continue. And before I present next speaker, I want to say some words about Mother Day and how do you improvise in this day or in this topic. On Mother Day, children show respect and love for their mother, write poems in her honor, give gifts and flowers. And also on the day, people who lost their mothers early come with flowers and candies to their graves. And this is not funny, but it's really tradition in this day. And I invite on the stage not our table topic master. I invite on the stage Nataly Parubocha. She asked me to present her to present our next expert, our table topic master. Natalia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sergey. I'm taking this floor. I'm not to have that round of applause because I'm not a hero today. Our heroes today, actually, all of us are going to be heroes. And as this today's table topic session is like an experiment, I'm going to represent it to you. First of all, I would like to have a small talk with each of our today's guests, friends, maybe those who have been to our meetings before. Just half a minute to introduce yourselves for our today's table topics master to call you and to speak. Before that, I would like to tell you what's actually happening today. Those who had a look at our today's agenda, you may have seen that we don't have a table topics evaluator today. That's because everyone is going to be a table topic evaluator. Actually, not everyone, but those who are picked by our today's table topics master. So you have a chance both to speak here and to evaluate here. As soon as someone spoke, as a table topics participant, someone is picked to evaluate that person. That can be everyone. Those who speak have 2 minutes. Those who evaluate have 1 minute for evaluation. And that is why I think we better tell about ourselves. So let us start from people who actually almost everyone here I know, but not everyone knows everyone. That is why let us start with our new member who has joined our club not long time ago. It's Nadia. Please unmute yourself and take a half a minute to introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you here. It's a big pleasure to join the Dnipro Hills Club as a member. I'm just freshly landed into this club and anticipating actually progress for myself in confidence while I'm speaking before the audience. Also, actually, I started a pass, and soon maybe you'll see me also on the stage telling some story about myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadia. We look forward for that so much. Our next person to represent himself, I guess, is our friend Corey May. He has been at our meetings, but it was actually 2 years ago. Please represent yourself again to us.
All right. Thank you very much, Natalie. I'm in the States and it is 4:50 in the morning, and I wanted to be here because I saw the announcement on Facebook, and I would say that you all are worth me getting up early in the morning just to see all your smiling faces. So thank you very much. Back to you. Thank
you so much, Corey. My heart to you. Thanks so much. Hope you will enjoy this meeting and you will find it really worthy waking up so early. I see our guest, it's Vasily. Please, Vasily, unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the audience.
So hi, can you hear me well?
Yeah.
All right, so hello, my name is Vasily. I am joining you from Sweden. I'm originally Slavic, as you can hear on the name. I'm Russian. I am studying physics here. I was in Ukraine for roughly a year since before the war. I came home 3 weeks ago. I was in Kiev and I was in Odesa mainly. So Sergey I've met. Yeah. So yeah, and I have my own analysis on everything and my own. But yeah, I have like a lot of interesting stuff to say. But, oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vasily. Welcome. And now I would like Mario to introduce himself. Please unmute yourself and tell a few words.
Привет, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Mario from Slovenia. I've been meaning to visit your club, like even the previous, even two regular online meetings online. I contacted you on Facebook, and I wanted to help with the contest. But yeah, anyway, I'm finally here and looking forward to the table of topics. I'm a dual member, one in Slovenia, one in California. And yeah, love to meet new people, visit other clubs, and it's great being here. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Welcome, Maria, and you will have a chance to help us. We are going to have contests in few months, so just contact us. We'll be happy for that, for doing that. I see also Violeta. Please, Violeta, unmute yourself and introduce yourself, please.
Hello, everyone. I very appreciate this opportunity to communicate with different people from different countries. As for me, I'm from the best Ukrainian city, as I think it's Odesa, and I was invited by Sergey Radchenko. I tried to join our Odesa club, but unfortunately, not many people now in our club. So we hope that we will develop together with with other clubs from Ukraine, and maybe it will be a good project. Thank you.
Thank you, Violeta. Hope you'll be on our agenda soon, online agenda. Welcome, by the way. Also, I see our friend Murtaza, who sometimes visit our meeting. Please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to those who don't know you, maybe.
Hello, everybody. I'm Murtaza Ahad. I was the founding peer manager of Bangladesh Toastmasters in South Asia. And I'm currently a member of a club in California, in the United States, by the name of Smedley Chapter 1 Advanced Toastmasters. I'm also, I believe, the first Toastmaster globally to have participated in 150 table topic, being awarded as the best table topics in 50 countries globally. So I think during the pandemic, it was a goal that I had, and one of them was Dnipro Hill. So it's nice to be back. And over to you, Nataly.
Thanks for coming. Happy to see you. Also, I see our former member, Tatiana. Take a few seconds to introduce yourself, please.
Hi, good morning, good night to everybody, wherever you are. It's good to be home. I haven't been present for almost 2 years now, right? And I'm really happy to be here. Yes, my arms are back, sorry for that. Well, I'm here to enjoy this meeting, and it's nice to see all of you. Thank you.
Welcome back, Diana. And also I see our member, the winner, Kevin Beggs. Kudos to you for winning. And I see our friend River Hill from Australia. Guys, thanks for coming here. And who I'm going to introduce here, again, it's Nikita Parks. Nikita Parks is our today's grammarian. So please reintroduce yourself as a grammarian and introduce the word of the day.
Thank you very much, Natalie. It's a pleasure to be back with you. I think it's my first time this year, so I've been away a little while and I've missed you. I love your club, it's great. It's my pleasure to step in as your impromptu grammarian today, since I gather your intended one is a little unwell. And I happen to have this background because I was a grammarian quite recently. And it kind of ties in with today's theme because we tend to have a very happy outlook regarding our mothers. And my word of the day is open to different pronunciations. It can be pronounced eudaimonia or eudaimonia. So it can be an it or an I sound in the demon. Now, this is a Greek word, it's Aristotelian. Aristotle believed that the pursuit of happiness was one of our primary motivators in life. And eudaimonia is all about the pursuit of happiness. It means literally become a good spirit, which is why it's got demon in the middle of it. It's a beautiful word. It's a noun. It's not particularly easy to use, but I think if you want to have a positive mental attitude, then think positively, aspire to eudaimonia, and I hope a few of you will manage to fit it in this afternoon. Thank you.
Okay. I hope I will use the word of the day correct way. So I feel eudaimonia or I have eudaimonia, which is better?
Yes, it could. It can be. I have eudaimonia, or it could become an adjective as well. Maybe get extra points. So it'd be eudaimonic. So you change the A to a C.
So can our meeting be eudaimonic? Is it correct?
It is already, but if we can make it more so.
Actually, it's thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nikita. Huge round of applause to Nikita. And that I'm asking to pass control to our today's table topics master. Before that, I would like to remind that we have our members here. Slovo Ukrainets, Eric Helivel, Lesia, me, Tanya, our friend from Chamber Club, Ruslan Tisovsky. They all can participate somehow. Our friend, the Cluskey, Raul, Vega, everyone can participate in our meeting. I see also Alex, who's connecting with an audio. Actually, I'm already ready to pass control to our today's table topics master. So now we hope everyone is ready for that special table topics session. And please, Ashok, Arokiaswamy, take control finally of the stage and show us something. Thank you so much. Huge round of applause to Ashok.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, for this opportunity. I thought I had it bad until I heard Cody say he's joining in, and it's 4:55. It's 6 o'clock in Toronto. My name is Ashok Arokiaswamy. For those of you who have trouble saying the word Ashok, feel free to call me as Ash. I'm the president of Salute Toastmasters in Toronto. This club is for staff who work at the University of Toronto, which is where I work. And I always like to participate in this club because it is so unique in that usually we participate in clubs in our neighborhood in the city. And this is a very unique opportunity to connect halfway across the world And what can go wrong if I have to join a club at 6 in the morning on a Sunday? Anyway, thank you all. And I will get started. This is going to be also a unique session. Mother's Day, I mean, who cannot be Udemic when it comes to our mothers? It's universal, and it's always nice to celebrate our mothers. To get started, I would like to have someone who would like to work with me and go first. Do I have a volunteer? I have Mario, and thanks to Vasily too. So I'll start with Mario. So Mario, what we are going to do is I'm going to use ChatGPT. I'm sure everyone has heard of ChatGPT. So I will use ChatGPT to ask a question about a table topic question for Mother's Day, and whatever ChatGPT tells us is going to be your question to speak for up to 2 minutes. And may I also have an evaluator for Mario after he's done? I believe everybody is an evaluator, and I'm not sure how we pick after Mario is done. So let's first proceed with the question. And after 2 minutes, I would request timer to show the card so Mario can stop speaking, and then we'll figure out how the evaluation happens. So I'm going to share my screen now. ChatGPT. And I hope everybody is able to see my screen. So here we go.
One question, can the timer raise their hand so we know they're in the top left corner? Just raise your hand, no, like a virtual hand in the reactions. Thank you. Okay, so is this the prompt, or do I start? What's the?
You're going to get the question after
okay.
ChatGPT gives us the question.
I've never witnessed ChatGPT firsthand, well, live. So as soon as the question pops up, I start talking, right?
I'll read the question out to you, and that will prompt the timer to start the timing.
Got it.
So let's go with the first question ChatGPT gave us. What is the most valuable lesson you learned from your mother or a mother figure in your life? Take it away, Mario.
Mothers. We'll have a mother in life. We've always had one mother role or a mother figure that we learn from. Now, unfortunately, some mothers aren't as compassionate to their children as mothers should be. But let's talk about mothers that actually are an example, an idol to their offspring, to their kin. Although I love and cherish my mom, and we have had a lot of deep discussions about my well-being, growth, development, and all that jazz, I like to focus on one person who I wouldn't call a mother figure, but someone who really helped me way back in primary school. This was 15 years ago, even more. Now, I was 10 at the time, almost 2 decades ago. Art school teacher, and she always praised to us, never give in to drugs. Now, again, yes, this is a sensitive topic when it comes to drugs. Medicine that's a requirement for health is another benefit. I'm talking about marijuana or any other substance that you get addicted to so you can get a high. Never go into drugs. And one also important thing that, yes, it's a topic we're not supposed to one of the 3 forbidden topics, but I'm just going to mention it anyway, because part of the question, always use protection, because you don't want to. Yeah. And like I've stuck with this, well, some are obvious, but you know, I've been a roommate with a person addicted to drugs, and I was only 16. I always remembered, never give in to drugs, never started, because once you go into that rabbit hole, there's no going back. And I feel that is more important than all the psychological discussions I've had with my mom over the years and clearing up a lot of plaque from the past. Yeah, mother figures come in all shapes and sizes. Some good, some bad, but always have a role model. Back to you, Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Mario. I appreciate you volunteering, although you didn't know how this was going to play out. It takes a lot to sign up for something like this, so much appreciated. Nataly, does the evaluation happen now, or do we finish the session and then we pick people to evaluate? I'm not sure how this is going to work.
I haven't seen Nataly. I think the idea was like people just present table topic session and another person immediately evaluate it.
So somebody else is going to evaluate Mario now. Yeah. Do I have a volunteer or do I pick somebody?
Actually, I can be a volunteer.
Lesia is going to evaluate Mario now?
Yeah, I wanted to try.
Yeah. Go ahead. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Again, actually, it's a big honor to evaluate such a deep table topic presentation, because Mario started just from a very sensitive topic for all of us about mother, and then he immediately sharing with us something which was one of the most remarkable conversation, yeah, with his mother also, and it was very deep to share with us such important topic, such important conversation, and actually some maybe some sensitives which immediately are with us, and we all see how it's important to have such a good connect with mother, that you even can talk with her with different subjects or else about not about the content, about the presentation which Mario presents to us. I like how you have a pause before starting your speech, so it shows us how you are good. It helps to all of us like together and to put more more attention to what you wanted to go. And also I like all the facial expressions. It really helps us to follow all the idea and all your deep summary motivate me to give this evaluation, to make this evaluation for you. And thanks for presenting us this. I have finished. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that very nice evaluation, Lesia. I would now like to call upon Vasily if he would like to go next. Thank you. So we repeat again what I just did. So
I am ready.
So we do have some other questions that already came up, so I'll just pick one of them. How do you plan to honor or celebrate your mother or mother figure on Mother's Day? That's your question, Vasily, for 2 minutes.
All right. So where does mother figure come from? Is that some kind of politically correct speech?
That's ChatGPT for you.
Yeah, they're like trying to mold it to be politically correct.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, how would I celebrate? I like to think out nice presents to give people, either something beautiful or more my style, something practical and needed that will be appreciated and that will be come to good use over a long time, and that way my gift and I get remembered again and again. I'm still thinking about that. That's a good question, because now it got me thinking for real. Maybe I will find some new place for her to show her, take her somewhere, or possibly some good food involved. I will try to think about something in the vicinity. So gift. I know I could like cook food or something like this, and that would be very appreciated. But it's a bit too boring for me. So I'm gonna find something from my style. Can't really think of. I still. Yeah, I should have. Yeah. So this is. I'm gonna think of something interesting and unusual. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Thank you very much, Vasily. It was a very nice, honest opinion, and I'm so glad it's almost Udemy that ChatGPT has given you guilt now, so you have to figure out what you're going to do for your mother. So hopefully you do come up with something good. Make sure if you cook, she likes it, because we don't want the experience not to be Udemy for her. Would someone like to volunteer Vasily's speech now?
I'd like to volunteer.
Thank you, Diana. Go ahead.
Hi, Vasily. Thank you so much for your speech. I would say I genuinely like the question, and what I liked about your speech the most is that you took us through your thinking as you were answering the questions. So you managed to give us several options, and the conclusion was nice as well. You thought about your own style, not just a generic one, but what would you do for your mother? So my suggestion would be, when you focus on a question, think about your own experience and think about your own mother and what she's interested in. That could actually strengthen your conclusion and give you like more in-depth side what you personally can do for your mom. Because number one is she's a caregiver. So how can you kind of give her back that care that she provided you throughout your life? Also, I would like to mention your facial expressions. I noticed that maybe hand gestures would add up more kind of interest to the way you talk. Please consider these suggestions, and good luck next time. Thank you.
Could I have another volunteer, or should I pick somebody? If I see someone raising their hands, I'll go with them, or I'll just pick randomly somebody. Would Eric Halliwell like to go? Let me repeat the process again.
Don't forget to say please as a courtesy.
So the questions that you, I think, should feel free to pick is, what is the most memorable gift you have ever given or received for Mother's Day? If you don't want to take that on, how about how do you celebrate Mother's Day in your culture or family? Feel free to use any of the other questions too. Go ahead, it's the floor is yours.
I will go ahead and just take the first one over here. So memorable, I don't know if like any particular one was memorable, but I can tell you what we did to celebrate. Mother's Day was always the day to take mom out to eat. So I had multiple brothers in that. So you pick the restaurant that you think she would most like to have. And, you know, you get together and she has her day out. Sometimes I can't remember, I think one time, maybe a very nice day. I remember we gave her a violet corsage to wear too when she went to the restaurant. So it was kind of a special type of day to let everybody know that she's your mother and you're thinking very specially for her. I always remember it's very crowded too on Mother's Day. So there is a little preparation. You can't just walk into a restaurant on Mother's Day in the United States usually, you know, you have to spend a few days ahead of time. You know, this is before a lot of this before the internet, where you couldn't just go book it online quickly. You had to get on the phone, talk to somebody, hope they didn't forget it. So you'd call them the day before as well to make sure they remembered that you had the reservation that day. Because again, if there's no table when you walk in with mom, oh my God, that's the worst, right? So you had to care. You had to, it's the caring and the follow-up that she needed to make sure that that day is special, even though it's not unique, because everybody's competing to a certain degree on that day. So you've got to make sure that space is carved out for your mom, that she knows that she found a unique and meaningful experience. And of course, even if it was horrible, even if the food was bad, even if you waited in line, she's going to love it anyway because she's your mother. And that's why you celebrate this day. Thank you very much.
Nicely spoken, Eric. Thank you so much for taking on this subject. Mr. Timer, how much time do we still have for table topics? You're muted, Mr. Timer.
Well, Mr. Topic Master, we've already reached the maximum time limit. You may conclude.
Thank you so much. To conclude, in 1 minute, would somebody like to evaluate the speech by Eric? I would call upon Corey to do a quick 1 minute evaluation in the interest of time, and after that, pass the floor back to Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Eric gave us a walkthrough of an experience. The selection process, he shared it with his family, he talked with his brothers. This is what they did. And what he does, the way Eric crafted his table topic, was to guide us, and we were there with him. And it allowed us to see the ups and the downs, the best parts of it, and the possible things that could happen that might make it a not as much of a eudaimonic experience, much less so. And it would allow us to say, we can learn from his past experience so that we can have a more positive experience next year on Mother's Day. He crafted his speech in such a way that we all take something away from it and we can learn at the same time. Back to you, Mr. Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Corey. That was a quick, nice feedback. I would now pass the floor back to Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you, everybody, for participating, and thanks for the opportunity given to me.
Thank you, Ashok. It's a really interesting and incredible session with evaluators, with speakers, and now we continue our topic. We continue our meeting, and now we create evaluation part. An evaluation part of it's really important part of our meeting, And some about traditions in the UK and Australia. There is a tradition to wear a carnation flower on clothes on this day. Moreover, color matters. So a colored carnation says that a person mother's alive, and white flowers are pinned to clothes in memory of departed mother. And what does that mean for evaluation? I think when we have positive evaluation feedback or negative feedback, is really important for speakers or table topic speakers. And now I invite on the stage the first evaluator of our speech is Cluskey. The floor is yours.
Yep. Okay. And here we go. First of all, Ruslan, this was confident. It was strong. It was solid. Great hands. I love the hands because I love it when hands are connected to the brain. You notice that with Italian people, with Spanish people, with French people, they speak with their hands. And I love that. A lot of people in Toastmasters will decry it. Now, there's a good word for today, decry it. In other words, they don't like it. It's not a Toastmasters thing. But I love it because it's natural, and all the great speakers in the world, hands are connected to their brain. You have a great smile, Ruslan. I would say use it more. Use it as a tool. Great to have a big smile. Terrific. Now, let's get on to some gifts I can give you. Don't check the volume. Very amateur. We don't do it in the professional world. What we do is we check everything before the meeting. Down in your bottom left-hand side, you know you've got the little microphone. If you click on there, it'll say, test your microphone. Test everything. And I'll give you a little trick for nothing. When you check the microphone, because everybody's got a microphone in the laptop or in the wherever you're using, and possibly you're using an external microphone like I am. Yeah? Always go check, 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 scratch, scratch, scratch. That is what the professional people do to identify that microphone. There's a good tip. You can have that for free. A few things I'd like to bring to your attention as regards the technicalities of Zoom. Don't have a door in the background, Ruslan. Absolute no-no. In the theatre business, I'm in show business. In the theatre business, we never, ever have a door in view, unless it's a play or an opera, as we've been talking about, but never, ever have a door. They say it's because in ancient days they thought it was bad luck, or that the karma would go out of the room if you had a door. So never have it. I don't know whether it's mannerly to pick up on various ways that people pronounce words. English is my second language, by the way. English is my second language. But you have a common habit, and it'll only take 3 weeks to correct it, Ruslan. You separate the word to the bit at the end. For instance, when you say asked, listen to the way I say it, asked. Well, I don't pronounce the ED at the end. I just pronounce the D. You say asked, and you also say, everything is good, and ed at the end. Just watch it. It'll only take three weeks to get rid of that. Honestly, the brain is a computer. Only takes 3 words. Listen to the World Service. If you can get World Service on your computer or on your radio or on your television, listen to the newsreaders. You will hear the most perfect English spoken. I can't see the timer, actually. Paul, you're the timer, and Am I okay for time? Oh, that's good. Okay. One thing I would say as well, that you were talking of motivational speeches. I must have done more than 2 minutes, Paul. Have I? It's a 3-minute evaluation, yeah? Paul, are you hearing me?
Yes, when you give your evaluation, 2 to 3 minutes for the speaker. 2 to 3 minutes for the speaker. Oh, you'd like to call the evaluators to give their 2 to 3 minutes evaluation, sir. Oh.
Sorry,
Oh.
I assumed I am the evaluator for Ruslan.
Oh, yes.
With 3 minutes.
Yes.
I've done 3 minutes already, I'm sure.
Oh.
Are you timing
Oh, yes,
me?
yes. Oh, yes, sir. So, yes, you did.
So okay, I'll wrap up now. Okay,
Let's continue,
you were talking, Ruslan, you were talking about motivational speeches and all that, but you had no message yourself. Come on, where's the message? There was no message. So I would say that was a good speech. It was a fine speech. We'll pick up on these points I've given you, and it will be a great speech. Thank you, Ruslan.
Thank you, Dek. It's for your feedback for Ruslan, and our journey is beginning. We continue the travel, and about the Mother Day, the new centuries, new traditions from the 17th to the 19th century. The so-called Mothering Sunday was celebrated in Great Britain on the second Sunday of Lent, dedicated to honoring. And what about travel? I think we need to give feedback to our second speakers, Tetiana Bilous, and now I invite on the stage the second evaluator, Natalia Parubocha. Natalia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Surprise, not Alexander is evaluated, Tanya, but me. I also was surprised, and I'm really happy to have such surprise to evaluate such a bright speech that was prepared by our today's speaker, our member Tetiana Bilous. And as usual, I ask everyone to give huge round of applause to everyone, and also please give huge round of applause to our today's speaker, Tatiana. What would I say? I would say that not only emotional and lively Tatiana was, but also confident, as usual, I would say. However, even that small sound check at the beginning didn't put her, out, didn't make her unstable. She just said that that was planned. However, as Dek has already suggested, I would suggest to have the sound check prior to the meeting. We have 10 minutes, even 15 minutes, just unmute yourself and say, can you hear me now? Can you see me sharing the screen? And that's it. What I also like is humor. Of course, it's engaging humor. It's an engaging humor path. And of course, Tatiana is really, it's not really confident, not really experienced as a Toastmaster who delivers, who usually very often delivers humorous speech. But this speech was really something special. I like those stories, the story overall, but the stories, small episodes about Layla, Aisha, and so on. And I like how Tatiana has showed what was happening. She has been speaking faster, showing how worried she was, running from one taxi to another and asking what's happening. That was really awesome. I like it so much. And it was really clear, because talking about 3 taxi drivers, that would be actually easy to get lost and make the audience get lost, but that wouldn't happen. that didn't happen because it was really well prepared speech. And what I also like that as the pathway, the path is engaging humor, but the speech project connect with storytelling, that connection was established well. And the story was chosen really perfect for path, both with the project. What would I also suggest? I like your conclusion at the end, and I like how have you strengthened your conclusion, telling about that Ukrainian girl Gala, who expects a lot. I saw that on the chat. I would suggest you to find more precise phrase to say it in English, because everyone who's Ukrainian, they understood, they realized, what were you talking about some Ukrainian girl Gala who expects a lot. But in English, we need to find something precise, and thanks to Diana for posting it on the chat. So please spend more 5 or 10 minutes to make it more clear for people from all over the world. Also, I would suggest you to make the conclusion more clear, probably not complicated and so on, for everyone to understand that actually anticipating of seeing that opera was stronger and was better and more pleasant than actually being there. All in all, that was really awesome speech. I like it so much. Looking for the word of the day, not to forget about it, because I want to say it now. It was eudaimonic. I like it so much, and looking forward to evaluating and enjoying your speeches in the future. Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Natalia. And as you talk about our word of the day, it's time to our technical part, technical experts. But firstly, I continue my topic and will tell you about two women's because it's really important part of the history. It's and is start is the end of 19th century and continue is first period in 20th century. The two women's mother and her daughter, who was an activist and take care about the life of the different kind of mother and mother and one woman is Anne Jervis and her daughter Anna Jervis, and Anne Jervis have 13 children and the big family. And in the Great Britain, not in the American in this period was anti-sanitary, and the large died of children, and that woman lost nine children. And when she died, her daughter Anna Jervis, in the first part of 20th centuries, it's American from Philadelphia, took the initiative to honor mothers in memory of her mother. And Anna wrote many letters to the government what this holiday to establishment, and she spent many years to take care of this tradition. And finally, in the next year, Woodrow Wilson declared this holiday to all of American mothers. And how to take care of our speech and our word of the day, know our grammarian Nikita Parks. Nikita, floor is yours.
Thank you very much. English as a foreign language. I'm going to give you a little thought. What's the difference between b and p? It's a matter of a few milliseconds. It's exactly the same sound, but the p is more plosive than the b. So it takes that little longer to reach the pressure at which you say the letter. In our first year of life, we learn these sounds. We're born able to understand any language, but by the age of 1, we've had to develop this very highly honed skill to be able to identify the letters of our native language, and thereon after, it is impossible for us to learn the phonetically correct sounds of other languages. Not a lot of people know that, so I think focusing on the positive and accepting mispronunciations when English is spoken as a foreign language is the best way forward, and that's the way I will be evaluating today. So I want to focus on the positive. Yes, eudaimonia is a lovely word. It didn't get used once, but our adjective version, eudaimonic, was used 3 times by Ash, once by Corey, and once by Natalie. So well done to all of you. And Deck has got his hand up. Is that an interruption? Or a celebration?
No, just because English is my second language. It's eudaimonic is the adjective. Eudaimonic. It's like archaic. It's only you put an aic at the end. So it's eudaimonic. Eudaimonic. Everybody's been doing it wrong.
Okay. Well, I introduced it wrongly then too. Isn't that good? Thank you, Deck. And the most used word in the meeting? Well, it has to be mother, doesn't it? And I've been picking up on the positive words that have been used to describe not just mothers, but everything else. So Mario used compassionate, growth and development. Lysia used privilege. Here she says, a privilege to evaluate, motivate. Vasily said, beautiful and appreciated. Diana, genuinely. Eric, celebrate. Corey, guide, positive. Deck introduced the interesting word decry, but he also gave us karma. I'm not sure where karma comes from. Is that another Greek word, maybe? Sergey, care. And Natalie, happy, awesome, and anticipation. So there has been lovely, positive language throughout our meeting. I've enjoyed it, as I always do. And I think maybe you do focus on the positive, and that's what makes your club so great. Thank you very much. Back to our Toastmaster.
Thank you, Nikita. And now it's time to our second technical experts. And I think it's really important because we haven't to we can live without sounds or filler words, especially when we're children, when we are a child, and we spoke with our mother, and it's impossible. And I invite to the stage our counter, Tatiana Kiforishina. Tatiana, the floor is yours.
Hello, dear audience, one more time. Today, I would be short. First was Ruslan. Ruslan was very detailed, very interesting speech. It was many collecting stories, and it was no great sounds. And it all was because Ruslan has a big experience in Toastmasters. The next speaker was Tatiana. Tatiana, it was one long end, but I think Tatiana also has a very big experience in Toastmasters. That's why one long end was just to make big volume to her speech. Next was table topic session. Mario has clear speech. Lesa gave me the job today. Still Lesa 5R, 3 arm. still it was very big information, a very big amount of information which gave Lesa was very useful and interesting. And Lesa was talking a lot. So probably that's why it was so many first sounds. That's why we are very interested and anticipating in more speech from Lesa. So that's why such first sounds would be just disappeared. Next was Vasily. Vasily, for, and. Yes, it was. So please, Vasily, more practice, practice, and practice. Practice will make you free from the crutch sounds, and it also would give you confidence, and you will never tell us such crutch sounds again. So it's up to you, Vasily. Next, it was Diana. Diana, 2 Next was Eric. Eric, 1 long one and So we also anticipated many speeches from Eric and other contestants and other people, which are as also members of Toastmasters, because the more we practice, the more crutch sounds are disappearing. And what I can say about other people, if I didn't call your name, it doesn't mean I didn't pay attention to you. It only means that your speech was absolutely clear. Thank you, dear audience, for your attention.
Thank you, Tatiana. I think it's a good result for all of us. And our next expert is Timekeeper. And it's like in song of Ukrainian singer Kuzma Skryabin, "Mom, forgive me for becoming an adult." And what's that mean? Sometimes we don't care of our life, of our time, and we can to see and can to stop our time, and we start to small children, and now we an adult and we big man or big woman. And I invite on the stage our timekeeper, Raul de la Vega. Raul, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, I'm privileged to give my report on how well we used our time. For our speakers who had 5 to 7 minutes, Ruslan took 7 minutes, 44 seconds overtime. Tatiana, 7 minutes, 58 seconds overtime. For the introduction portion conducted by Natalia, we took 12 minutes, 40 seconds. For the table topics segment, a total of 20 minutes, 52 seconds. Our first table topic speaker, Mario, 2 minutes, 27 seconds. You're very much within time, Mario. And evaluation from Lesia, 1 minute, 50 seconds. Our second table topic speaker, Vasily, 2 minutes, 7 seconds. You're within time. The evaluator, Diana, took 1 minute, 17 seconds. Our third table topic speaker, Eric, 1 minute, 49 seconds, very much within time. And then evaluated by Corey, 54 seconds. Okay. I apologize, Deck, if I wasn't able to, to catch your time. My apologies. For evaluator number 2, Natalia, 4 minutes, 32 seconds overtime. Our grammarian, Nikita, 3 minutes, 14 seconds within time. Tatiana, timer's report, 2 minutes. I'm sorry, Tatiana was the counter, 2 minutes, 38 seconds. That is my timer's report. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Raul. It's a great job. And now, finally, I invite on the stage Natalia Parubocha, the person who closed our meeting and who announced to winner of our table topic session. Natalia, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Actually, I'm also going to be surprised now about the winners, not the winner, but winners of the table topic session. Why winners? Because we have two options to evaluate: speaking and evaluation. So speaking, we see that the winner is Mario Spirkovsky. Mario, congratulations. You are the winner today on the speaker's part of our table topics session. And the winner of the evaluation part of the table topics session is Corey May. Corey, kudos to you. As soon as you came to Dnipro Hills, you are already a winner. So guys, you have your certificates. Hope everyone enjoyed the table topics session, the meeting itself. And as soon as I announce this meeting adjourned, it's not the end. We may stay here and have a talk, informal conversation where nothing is prohibited. I would like to emphasize that. To share with you our official announcements, I would like to say that our next online meeting is in a month on the 25th of June. So please contact me. That they're going to be still me as a VP head of the club, because after that I'm hopefully probably not is going to be VP head of the club. Okay, contact me please to take a role, to participate and to show up here. Also, we are going to have our live meetings in Kyiv because we are meeting in person as well. The next live meeting is in the week. So those who are in Kyiv and want to celebrate Kyiv's day with us, because we are having the day of our city's day in a week, next weekend. So please also contact me to sign up for the role and to spend time together. Having said all of that, I announced this meeting adjourned. Also, I'm going to send feedbacks to our speakers, to Ruslan and to Tatiana. I would like to thank everyone who have participated and made this international and Ukrainian Kyiv and Odessa meeting together. I would like to thank to our Toastmaster. He completely met my anticipations. I would like to thank to everyone who is not in Ukraine, who participated and who contributed to this meeting. Having said all of that, I just put the stage to all of you guys. But before that, please unmute you. Please turn on your cameras for us to have a final photo. Put on all the possible